everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're a busy mom or dad, or someone struggling to juggle between work and home, or simply anyone looking to have healthy meals all the time, meal planning can be hugely beneficial to you. It helps you save time, save money, and also helps you eat healthy all the time. In today's video, I'm going to help you start your own meal planning journey by helping you set up a process for yourself. This process will allow you to make the most exciting and diverse menu for your family every single day. Please watch this video till the very end and I'm sure you will see a lot of value in this. So here are the things that you will need to start off with this process. You will need 1 hour of your time, some post-it notes, a notebook, weekly calendar and some pens and markers. So to begin with the process, the first thing that you will need to do is basically list down every single thing that you and your family eat on a regular basis. I'm not talking about ingredients, I'm talking about actual recipes, actual dishes that you and your family eat. I know it may seem like a lot of work to do in the beginning, but trust me, once you actually sit down to start your work on this, it won't take you more than 20 minutes of your time. That's how long it took me when I did this for the first time. So the way I am doing this is basically I'm segregating it down to breakfast, lunch and dinner. So the things that I eat for breakfast I'm listing down in one page. So and I'm also creating some categories in breakfast as well. So breakfast I usually have sandwiches, or I have eggs or pancakes or South Indian food items or cereal or milk and things like that. So, and I'm also following the same thing for lunch as well. So for lunch, I'm listing down all the vegetable items that I eat. So things like aloo, capsicum or aloo gobi and any other sabzi that you eat. And then I've listed down all the dals, all the rotis, raitas, some rice items, some non-veg curries that I make, or special items like Italian or Chinese and things like that. And then I'm also noting down some of the snack items that we eat on a regular basis. I'm not creating any separate menu for dinner, but because all the things that I listed down for lunch, we have the same things for dinner as well. So here's my list finally ready. This is how I've segregated it into breakfast, lunch, dinner as 3 broad categories, and then a lot of subcategories under that. You can completely choose to follow this exact process, or you can come up with your own process. The idea is to make this list as exhaustive as possible, and remember that this is only a one-time effort that you have to do. You don't have to keep doing this again and again. So it would really help if you can make the list as exhaustive as possible. Now for the next step, what you have to do is basically take a really small notebook that you can place easily anywhere in the kitchen or any place where you sit down to do your meal planning or menu planning. What we have to do in this step is basically replicate the entire list that we created in step number 1 on post-it notes. So I would want you to get a lot of these post-it notes, like the tiny or the smaller ones, and basically start writing down every single food item that you listed down in your step 1. So in my step 1, I started off by writing my breakfast sandwiches. So I'm writing all of those items now on individual post-it notes. I know this might seem like a lot of work, but trust me, it won't take more than 20 minutes. I have done this myself and I know it doesn't take longer than 20 minutes. And for some of you people who are really experienced and who are well versed with what your family likes to eat, you can completely skip the first step and directly start writing every single food item on post-it notes. So you don't even have to go through the process of creating the list in the first place, right? So yeah, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm replicating every single item that I wrote down in my step number 1 on individual post-it notes. So one post-it note will have one food item on it. And again, I will segregate this entire setup into categories which I created in my initial list. So I have breakfast sandwiches as my first category. Then I will move on to writing my cereals. Then I will move on to writing about eggs. Then I will move on to writing about all the vegetables that I eat and the non-veg items that I eat, the rice items that I eat, the snack items that I eat, and similarly. So you can see me doing that in the video now. So now I have replicated the entire list on individual post-it notes. So this is how it looks. I have the breakfast sections here categorized properly, and I have some more breakfast items listed on this page. Moving on to the next page, here is where I have listed down all of the vegetables that we eat. The list might be a little small because we're not too fond of vegetables. And then the dals that we eat on a regular basis, some of the salads and raitas that we like, the non-veg items that we like having. So here I've kept it to a more Indian non-veg items primarily. Then this place I have listed down all the rice and roti items that we eat. Then these are the special items that we make once in a while, so like pasta or some other adaptations of non-veg that we like. And this is where I have listed down all these snack items. So now the hard work is over and we move on to the good part of this plan. So all you need to do is basically print out this weekly menu that I have listed down in my description box, or you can print any other menu that you like. All it needs to have are the days of the week and the 4 items of 4 basically meals that you have in a day. Now that you have all of your categories created in your notebook, all you have to do is basically go through each of these categories, pick out the post-it that you want to put on individual days and stick it there. So just to show this to you from a slightly more closer view, so like for Monday snacks, I want to have vermicelli, so I just took out the vermicelli post-it from the snack section and I posted it there. And for dinner I wanted to have chicken curry, so I went to the non-veg section and I posted the chicken curry post-it there. So now I will show you how I plan for other days as well. So for say Tuesday I wanted to have upma for breakfast, so I put upma there, and I also wanted to have tea, so here goes tea. For lunch I wanted to have paneer bhurji and mixed meat salad, so those 2 post-its come here. For snacks I wanted to have poha, so the poha post-its come in the snacks section for Tuesday. And for dinner I wanted to have dahi chicken, so the dahi chicken post-it comes here. Similarly for Wednesday I wanted to have special K for breakfast, special K cereal. For lunch I wanted to have cabbage pea sabzi along with some arhar dal. And for snack I wanted to have cold coffee, wanted to keep the snack really light, and for dinner I am making prawn malai curry, so that post-it comes in the dinner section. So yeah, you see how simple it becomes once you have all of your food items listed down in one place. You just have to take the post-it note and stick it on your menu plan for the week, and you are done. Like, all of your efforts have been saved. You don't need to constantly come out with recipe ideas. All of your recipes are stored in one place. You just have to choose from the huge variety that you created and post it on your menu. So yeah, as you can see, with minimal efforts, my menu for the entire week is ready on one single page. So all I have to do now is basically pick this menu up and post it in my kitchen. I usually put it up on my refrigerator by using some fridge magnets, but you can use whatever is perfectly suitable for you. So now I will tell you why this meal planning process is almost perfect. So once you're done with one particular week, you don't need to go through the process again. All you have to do is take out the post-it notes from your meal plan, that the entire week's menu that you created, and post them back into your notebook. That's the wonderful thing about post-its. They are pretty durable. They can be stuck again and again on the same place, and they will still not lose their glue. So yeah, what I'm doing here is basically I'm taking all of the post-it notes from my weekly menu and I'm placing them back safely in my notebook according to the section that I had created. So you see, the weekly menu sheet that I printed out is almost reusable. You can keep reusing it again and again and again. So you don't have to actually go through the effort of printing a menu every week. You don't have to do any of that. all your effort is the first 1 hour that you will put in to create this list with all the single post-it notes. And then you will see that your entire menu planning and meal planning experience will start running on autopilot. Now, addressing an important question that I'm sure a lot of you all will have is about the durability of these post-it notes and the recyclability of this plan in reality. Now, the post-it notes that we have created here, if you actually buy post-it notes which are of good quality, they will last you for at least 5 to 6 uses. And once you see that some of your post-it notes are almost on the verge of losing their glue, you can just pick out another post-it note and replace that post-it with a new one. All you have to do is just create a new one, but trust me, your post-it notes will be good for at least 4 to 5 uses. Now that I have told you about this wonderful process that you can follow for yourself, I am going to tell you 2 important tips that I believe are very important for you to know before you start on with your meal planning journey. So number 1 is that do not make your plan too rigid. Try to make your plan really flexible. So say on Wednesday you had planned to make aloo beans for lunch, but suppose that doesn't happen. All you have to do is basically take that post-it out and replace it with whatever you think is possible to make on that particular day. Do not stress over making the plan too rigid. Try and keep it as flexible as possible. The best thing about this system is that there are no cuttings involved. You don't have to do anything. You just have to take the post-it out and replace it with whatever else that you are going to produce. Tip number 2 is that do not overplan. It's very easy to overplan and start off by planning for the entire month, but trust me, it just doesn't work. The ideal way to do this is basically start off by planning for just 1 week. In fact, I would also suggest that you start doing your planning in blocks. Like you can choose a small block within the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and just make your meal plan for the first 3 days and see if you're able to follow that, and then continue to make it for the rest of the week. The idea is that if you overplan everything and overthink everything, at some point the plan will fall apart and you will lose the motivation to keep doing it again and again, basically, which will impact your productivity as well. So trust me, please do not overplan. I'm sure this process is going to be really helpful for you. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys liked this video and found it helpful. If you have any suggestions for me, please let me know in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel as well, and I will see you next time.